Hello and welcome. My name is Dale from Allow for Choice.
And I'm Nedjma from With Kind Awareness.
We'd like to thank you for being with us today. We wanted to sort out a collaboration between Nedjma and myself because we are NLP practitioners and trainers, and we've also done a few other coaching and healing modalities. And we'd like to reach out and offer you guys some tools. Given the current COVID-19 virus situation, a lot of people are going through a lot of different things. So we've prepared a short presentation for you guys to give you some tools that should help empower you in the times moving forward.
Yes, that's right. With the situation, like Dale said, some of us might be feeling some anxiety, some fear, maybe feeling overwhelmed. And some of us are faced with real challenges, whether being infected by COVID-19 themselves or thinking they are, maybe having a loved one infected or in the hospital, or having lost their job. And wherever you are in this COVID-19 situation, there's a lot of uncertainty, and it might not feel like there's a lot we can control. But there's at least one thing we can control, and it's how we react to the situation. It's our emotional state, our perspective, and that will impact how we're going to show up in the world right now, and impact how we're going to show up when faced with those challenges that are presented to us.
So today we're going to explore two different techniques that are quite powerful. They're pretty simple, everybody can use them. And what they'll do is they'll give you some more choice and perspective, and on the other hand, a bit more choice from your emotional standpoint or your emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
And these are going to allow you to actually choose how you'd rather be being in certain situations, which can actually help you quite powerfully.
Yes, absolutely. So what do you say? Should we jump right into them?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Okay. So the first exercise we call watching yourself. So it comes from the theory of perceptual positions, which is an NLP coaching technique. And it also is similar to what Eckhart Tolle talks about the observer in his book, The Power of Now, if you've read it. And if you haven't, and it just so happens you have a lot of time on your hands and looking for a good book, I would recommend that one. It's a good book. So what good does it do to watch ourselves? You might ask. So let's just illustrate that with an example. Let's take high-performance athletes. So high-performance athletes have a really powerful tool that they actually use quite often, and it's to videotape themselves performing so they can watch back later and gain insight on how they can perform differently to have a higher performance level. So let's just take, for example, a runner. While they are in that run, there's just so much they can think about while they're just like pushing intensely towards that finish line in that moment. And then when they take a step back, looking at their performance, they can notice from here, watching over there, much more than before. They might see or hear what's happening there, but they're not feeling what's happening there because they're here, and it's different. So seeing the bigger picture outside of those intense sensations of the run over there, okay, they're able to identify resources and tweaks. So when they're back over there in the run, the way they are being is different. And so it is for how they are performing and their results.
And now we were talking about this the other day, and I thought, I mean, it might seem quite novel to some people. And let's say you're not an athlete, right? I'm doing some more running, but I'm not an athlete. But technically, this is something we all do. Yeah. And we all do this without realizing. I mean, even if we just think about speech, take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Look at the big picture. I mean, even if you had the situation where someone's like, yeah, it was right under my nose, and we just can't see it. So we already instinctively have these skills. We're going to go through a bit of a process to guide you to being able to use them to the best of your ability.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite instinctive how we already use that without noticing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the story of one of our own upsets and observe it through our inner athlete's eyes. Okay, so right now is a good time to start thinking about that upset you want to work on. And I will guide you through a process where we will run the video of that upset in your life, and you'll get a sense of how it's going to broaden your perspective. Okay, so first, I would like you to bring up that situation where you were upset. And Dale's going to do the exercise. So you can.
I'm with you guys.
And when I say upset, that can range from a little annoyance to frustration to sadness to anxiety. Basically, any emotion that if you were given the choice, you would not pick that one. And for some people, they might find it right away. Others might take a minute, and others still might want to be comfortable before they find it. So I invite you to make yourself comfortable and allow your sight to widen, opening the doors to new possibilities as you close your eyes. Now comfortable, and taking a moment to bring up that upset, that feeling. Allow it to come forth fully. As you do this, I want you to picture where you were when you had that feeling. When was it? Bring that time into the foreground, like a movie running in front of you, and run that movie. Now, stepping further out of that movie, notice how you can push that movie further away into the distance. Now all the way over there, seeing that movie from here. Allow yourself permission to notice what there is to notice. From here, what do you see differently? What do you hear differently? From here, watching that movie, finding that something you did not see before, just observing what is. Knowing you can look at that event in the distance, completely detached from that upset. Noticing the sensations. How different does it feel? What does that free up for you? What insight are you getting from over here? Looking over there at what was. What does the you over there need right now? What resources or tweaks? Being the observer of your life, what advice can you give yourself now? That's right. And knowing that, what more is possible? Now, having had those insights, getting the resources, and knowing more might be coming, enabling you to be with what is and what will be in that new way. And when what will be does come, you know you have those. And that new tool in your toolbox of running the movie and watching yourself, allowing you that choice, empowering you with that choice. Whenever you are ready, allow yourself to come back into the room and open your eyes.
Whew. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh. Yeah.
Take your time coming back into the room.
Yeah, I really love this technique. I personally use it a lot with my clients, and it can just be really powerful. And I think one of the reasons it's so powerful is that our emotions are like one of the guidance systems in our life. And I mean, our emotions aren't right or wrong. They're just an indication of something. And if we start to listen to our emotions and what they're saying, and we can use something like this to detach from that upset, be it with the coronavirus, relationships, or work, I think it really gives us choice in the insights of how we want to be being, and it challenges how we react to with situations or people. And yeah, definitely, I mean, I really enjoyed it. That was beautiful. And yeah, something to practice, guys, just from my side of things.
Yeah, it does become better with practice, you know, being able to watch yourself and, you know, separate yourself from that feeling. The stronger the feelings, the body sensations are, the, you know, the more practice you need to being able to put it on that movie screen. So, okay, so let's just go into exercise number 2, shall we? Number 2, we are calling it spinning into control, which is a pun of spinning out of control, and I was pretty proud of myself. So anyway, that technique is a technique from Dr. Richard Bandler, that is the co-creator of NLP with John Grinder. And the way that we're going to teach it to you guys will be through another guided exercise, and that will allow you to easily transform an undesired emotional state. But before we do that, let me take you back to a time in school, in science class, where you were learning that atoms are the building blocks of the universe, with their nucleus and atoms spinning all around it. And whether we're talking about solids, like your phone, your computer, liquids, gases, stars, planets, the chair you're sitting on, your breakfast this morning, it's all made up of the same stuff. It's all made up of, at the very core of it, spinning electron. So one could say all is spinning.
And yeah, I mean, from this perspective, I think all is spinning. And one of the things that really resonated with me is it made me think about news articles. Now, I'm going to avoid politics. But in regard to the coronavirus, and we think about the impact it's having, you hear the term, the media puts a spin on things. And the spin of the media is related to how they present their information. And depending on our own perspective, we can take this spin in a positive way or a negative way, really depending on how we perceive it. As an example, so last year, 2 friends of mine, now they had the same role in the same job, and they actually lost their jobs. They're really good at what they did. They worked in the same department. Now, after they got the news, my friend Ed, he saw so many problems. He was finding problem after problem after problem. And when he failed, each time this sort of tension built up inside, it really wound him up. And yeah, and it really ended up impacting his happiness. My friend Charlie, on the other hand, he had quite a different outlook. He saw, he basically, he saw the opportunity. He's like, okay, so I don't have my job anymore, but he saw it as an opportunity. What could be possible? What things could be ahead? He actually was like, had this curiosity to think, I have so much time right now. What can I do with it? Mm-hmm. And he wondered, okay, so how can I optimize my time? What can I do? And this led to interview after interview. He met lots and lots and lots of different people. He learned a lot from each experience, and he ended up getting a job he loved, and it was great. And he's been happy ever since. Mm-hmm. Now, which spin seems more appealing?
Yeah.
Now, we all have times in our lives where we have these two different spins, okay? I mean, have you ever had the time where you have a negative thought about something, or you have a doubt, and then you have another one, and then you have another one, and you hear about going down the rabbit hole, or that spiral, yeah? But also you can have exactly the same thing when you have a good day, where you're being really productive, and you get one thing done, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and that spin just really gets you going, and it just, yeah, and it's crazy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to guide you guys through an exercise.
Okay.
You can really take charge of that spin in your life and turn it in the direction you want to be going. Okay? So I would like to invite you to close your eyes. So as you close your eyes, I'd like you to begin to look inside. Now, in this exercise, we are going to transform an unwanted emotion into something that serves you more. It could be joy, happiness, or something else that would benefit you. And allow yourself to come up with whatever you want. I mean, positive, it can be whatever, but something that will be right for you. Now, as your eyes are closed and you're focusing on an unwanted emotion, I want to give you instructions. And as I give you these instructions, I want you to tune in to the resonance of that unwanted emotion. As you start finding that unwanted emotion in your body now, you see where it manifests itself, that sensation. Almost calling itself to your attention. How easily can you pinpoint it? Really get that feeling. When getting a feeling for it, some people may see an image, a shape, a color, a texture in that sensation. How is it for you right now? You might find the emotion located in one part of your body, or maybe in multiple parts of your body. Where is it for you? Now, focus your attention to where it is the most intense. And as you focus on that sensation, noticing more and more, you become aware of the way that it is spinning. Which way is it spinning now? How fast is it spinning? And as you continue to watch that spin, you realize that you can change its speed. Begin to slow the spinning down, slower and slower, until it comes to a complete stop. Once complete and stopped, we can discover the opposite side, the other side, creating something new. Spin it in the other direction. Feeling what is there? Much better than before. That's right. And as you allow yourself to spin it faster and faster, building that good feeling inside, making you smile with the new choice you now have. You can expand that good spin as it spins faster and faster. You can expand it through the whole of your body, bringing it all around so it radiates out and fills you with all you need now, enjoying that sensation. As you've released that old unwanted emotion, giving way to this new and better sensation, notice how this allows you more choice. And you know that next time an unwanted emotion comes up, you can connect to it, stop it, and turn that spin, basking in that good feeling, having opened the door to all those new opportunities. And as you allow those final spins to radiate through the whole of your body now, you can allow yourself, whenever you're ready, to come back into the room with a smile and join us back again.
Almost there. Wow. Thank you. I really love that exercise. It's just so simple, yet so powerful. I just feel great. Okay, carrying on. Yeah, and this technique can be used beyond what's happening now with COVID-19. So when social life resumes, because it will resume at some point. You see that beep told us that was correct. I don't know if you heard that. There's a train in my backyard. So as we will resume life, because right now it's on pause, you can keep that tool in your back pocket. So whether your life circumstance take you to like a new interview, maybe on a date, maybe a work meeting, whatever it is for you, you can use that technique and you can connect deep within and just change the spin you have put on and choose something else.
Exactly. Thank you so much, guys. To finish up, it's been great having you here. I know I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it too. This just was so much fun. Thank you, Dale. This collaboration, creating all those, exercises together. It's just been so much fun, and we're just so happy that we can use our time also productively, and we can just walk our talk in that way, encouraging you to do the same and give your skills away. How can you be showing up for the world right now? That's just very exciting, in the midst of everything.
Exactly. Now, obviously, there's a lot going on. We're open to talk to you guys if you want to know some of the theory behind some of this stuff, if you want to learn some of it, or you want a more personal conversation because you guys are going through something that you'd like a platform to communicate. We're more than happy to be there for you. You can reach me at Allow for Choice and Nedjma at With Kind Awareness. And
Yeah.
we're more than happy to be in touch with you. That will be underneath the description.
Yeah, I was going to say, no need to write down anything. Everything should be under this video somewhere. So thanks again. And we'll see if we do another collaboration. And in the meantime, just, be well.
And if you care to share, post what you got out of this underneath. That'd be really cool to hear what sort of changes and what sort of choice you allowed yourself. Okay?
Absolutely.
Thank
Questions, comments, please. We love reading you.
Exactly. Have a great day. It was a pleasure.
Bye, guys. Much love. Be well.
Ciao.